Everybody, today we are going to the next point of that is solid state. In solid state, in the previous lecture, I have explained that the introductory part of solid state means there are three types of states: solid, liquid, and gas. In this chapter, in our 12th syllabus of chemistry, we will go in detail of only solid state. Means we will focus only this one state, that is solid. Now we will go to the next point, that is types of solids. Now in this types of solids, we will consider two types of solids: crystalline solid and amorphous solid. I will give total information about these two types. In that, first of all, we will go in detail of crystalline solid for the better understanding. In your syllabus, they have provided amorphous solid first, and then they have explained crystalline solid. But according to our plan, we will go in detail of first crystalline solids. There are some properties regarding these crystalline solids. Means in our day-to-day life, if we take an example, means if we put that example in front of our eyes, or we can imagine, then and then only we will get detailed knowledge. So for that purpose, I will first take an examples of crystalline solids. Do you notice that some in nature some examples are there which are means they shows crystalline in nature. Means in that, first of all, if we take an example of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a crystalline solid. How we can say that? In your day-to-day life, you have already seen that NaCl crystal means the salt, or we can also call it as a rock salt. You already seen that example, that is sodium chloride salt, which is a crystalline solid. Okay. Like that, also different examples are also there. You can search on Google, or you can YouTube it. You will get the detailed knowledge for that purpose. And amorphous solids are those solids which are present in powdered form, or it is a mixture of two or more salts, or we can say some compounds. Okay. So amorphous solids and crystalline solids. Amorphous solids are different from that of we can say crystalline solids. We will go in detail of amorphous solids later on. First of all, we will see some properties regarding these crystalline solids. Now what about the regularity? Now regularity and periodicity is perfect in crystalline solid. Now regularity, it shows that the arrangement of particles are present equidistance, means each and every particle is at a same distance, we can say in case of crystalline solids. And the second property is that they possess sharp melting point. Means in nature there are some compounds are there which shows sharp melting point. Why they show sharp melting point? Because their purity is more. So this is what we can say about the crystalline solids. They possess sharp melting point. Then we will move to the next point, that is anisotropy. This is the property, one of the property of crystalline solids. Now here I have mentioned anisotropy, but here at the other side I have shown one of the diagram regarding the anisotropy. First of all, I will explain this part, then we will go to that part. Okay. So anisotropy, what it tells us that, now look at here, I have arranged some particles here. These particles are of different shapes. Look at here. This is the one of the column, and this is another column, but the size of particles are different and arrangement is also different. Look at this figure. Now from that figure, what we are getting, if we arrange the particles like this, I will show here this one column. Suppose I have considered it as a AB. Look at this arrow or this column. and another column of these particles. Look at here AB and CD. What you will notice that particles are different, arrangement is also different. Means whenever we are going in detail, and for property of these particles, if you move from A to B, you will get same property, and if you move from C to D, also you will get the same property. But the thing is that in anisotropy, if we go like this, look at here, I have termed it as a EF. If we go through this direction, you will get different properties. So this is the case about anisotropy. Now we have to apply this concept in crystalline solid. So we will come to this point. Now in anisotropy, means anisotropy is also seen in case of crystalline solids. Now how it will we can apply in this case, that is in crystalline solid. Look at here. Those solids which shows anisotropy